First, you can see the Twin Towers here just gleaming in this picture. Then there's a dark cloud over the city, and the shadow of those clouds, of that dark cloud, cast images on the World Trade Center and the spots almost exactly where the planes went in to the Twin Towers. This picture was given to me by Joan Greener. She's the aunt of Karen Martin. Now, Karen was a flight attendant on American Airlines Flight 11, the first airplane that went into the towers of the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. She was visiting New York. In fact, she had a trip there in April of 2001, 5 months before the attacks, and she took this picture from Lower Manhattan from Ellis Island. As her aunt said, and it is very true, this picture is quite prophetic. Early morning hours of September 11, 2001, Karen Martin left her home in Danvers, headed for here to work at Logan Airport, as she had done countless times before. She was a lead flight attendant on American Airlines Flight 11, bound for Los Angeles. Flight 11 departed Logan Airport at 7:59 a.m. About 15 minutes after takeoff at 8:14, the plane was hijacked. The terrorist overpowered some of the crew and breached the cockpit, taking over the airplane. About a half hour later, at 8:46, terrorists flew the plane into Tower 1 of the World Trade Center. Joan Greener learned about the attack at work. She quickly went home, and after frantic calls between family members and a check of Karen's calendar, it was confirmed. Karen was on the first flight that went into the World Trade Center. It was later learned that she had been stabbed by the terrorists.
The pain was awful. So that's how we found out. But we all knew that there's no way they got by her without a fight. That was her. There was no way. She had the keys to the cockpit that day. She was the lead.
It was the other flight attendants, Betty Ong and Amy Sweeney, who relayed critical information about the terrorists back to the operations center as the attack was happening.
The cockpit's not answering. Somebody's stabbed in business class. And I think there's mates that we can't breathe. I don't know. I think we're getting hijacked.
Courage beyond words, winning the lifelong admiration of Joan Greener.
They ID'd every one of them and said where they were sitting. And they let them know everything. There was 18 minutes of conversation on that plane. And I heard them. And it's hard to listen to. But the strength of those kids, young kids.
There is a bench dedicated to Karen Martin behind the Danvers Library, under a shady tree, at a place where she loved to spend time. Does it feel like it's been 20 years, Joan?
Not really.
Yeah.
There's very few days that go by that we don't have a Karen story in this family, or something happens, or you bump into somebody, because she was so well liked, you know? So she was just a happy girl.
What a remarkable spokesperson Joan Greener is for her niece, Karen Martin. I also had the opportunity to talk with several of her former colleagues, former flight attendants that worked with Karen Martin. They flew with her, they roomed with her, they spent time with her, and they reiterated what her aunt said, that she was just an amazing woman, a person to go to get your problem solved, and she had an incredible joy for life. They say they will be thinking about Karen Martin and the rest of the crew on the 20th anniversary, but then again, they say they think about them every day. I'm Gene LaBanchi, Boston 25 News.